am Beck Power, and I'm going to tell you how I overcame my fear of getting started online. So I feel like it's a really common thing, and it took me a couple of years to really build up the kahunas to do something for myself. Like I said in previous videos, I worked for clients. I did some client work. I was really bad at it. It's not my thing. But I didn't have any other way to earn money, so I literally just, someone needed something and I was like, yep, and I learned how to do it and I did it, and I was not great at it and I did not enjoy it, but it made enough money for me to survive my first couple of years after I left New Zealand. Now there was a point in my life last year, it was about not even a full year ago actually, because today's my birthday, and it was about 3 weeks from now, but a year ago. So really not much time has passed, and it's made such a difference getting started. I'm gonna tell you how. So I used to live in this tiny apartment in Bangkok, and I couldn't afford the air conditioning bill, so I didn't use air conditioning, and it was so hot. This is like the hottest time of year as well, so I was just sitting there sweating all the time. I was like really freaking out. By that time I had decided that I didn't want to work for clients anymore, and that I should think of my own thing to do, because I really feel like an entrepreneur. Like I love to solve problems, I have loads of ideas, and what was missing for me to be an entrepreneur was actually taking that action, right? So I could get clients and stuff, I had clients and stuff previously, but what was missing was that I really was desperate to start my own thing, but wasn't doing anything about it. And I think if I look back on my old self, the reason that I thought that I thought things weren't working was because this was why. Literally, this was the reason. I thought that I hadn't found the right thing to do. And if you think about what your reasons are for not starting, if you haven't started yet, it might be similar. It might be you might know what you want to do, but you're not sure of exactly how to get there. I have people quite often tell me, I want to be a XYZ, I want to be a filmmaker, or I want to be, I don't know, whatever they want to be, and then they're like, but how do I do it? Okay, so I actually had, so those are kind of the two main things, is like, I haven't found the right thing that I want to do yet, my passion, my number one, like, this must be love, you know, I haven't found that yet, so it must not be time to start yet. And so that's what was going through my head. And what happened actually was that I was dirt poor. Like, I could not afford my rent. I paid one rent and I had 40 cents left over after, and the change, like in the change jar thing, which probably had about $10 in it. And I went to the supermarket and I bought like a loaf of bread, and I went home and I thought, okay, this is it. I have to make this work. I have to do something. I got no clients. I'm not really offering any particular service. I don't know what things I'm good at. I have no idea like what to do, but my back was against the wall and I needed to make it work. So what I did was, I think the previous week I had read, or I was reading at that time, 7-Day Startup by Dan Norris. Dan's book is a pretty good book. I can't say that like I learned anything new from it, right? So there wasn't a lot of new knowledge in there that I was like, wow, this is amazing. I literally just, what it did was day to day, it was like, take this action, take that action, now do this. And I was like, okay, like I literally just thought, I'm gonna just do it. Like what else, what have I got to lose right now? I have nothing, and I'm gonna get evicted in like 4 weeks if I don't make something happen right now. So I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a try. And so I decided that I would write, so on the first day in his book, you write like a bunch of different topics that like you could be interested in, like really weird stuff. Could be gardening, could be fishing, could be whatever, like whatever it is. Yeah, just you write down ideas for businesses that you have. Now I had a crap ton of ideas, and if you want some ideas, I have got a PDF with like 500 free business ideas. So you should find that somewhere in I don't know where it is right now, but I can post it somewhere. So I'll post it under this video if I remember. And So I wrote down like 10 ideas or something, and I just picked one. Now, I wasn't particularly interested in doing this. So I have a history as a travel agent. I spent a couple years as a travel agent. I was pretty good at it, and I wrote like a really short book about it a few years ago and did nothing with it, like 20-30 pages. It's really short. It was basically just a long blog post about something that I learned as being a travel agent. One tiny thing, you can tweak it and save a bunch of money. But I like never thought anything about it, right? I was like, but no one cares, and I'm pretty sure most people know that anyways, and to be fair, a lot of people do know it already, but that has not stopped me from selling thousands of dollars of this thing now. So I just basically took action, wrote the thing down. I was like, I am not into this. This is not my life's purpose. I don't even enjoy searching for flights. People ask me, my friends ask me, and I'm like, just please no, I will give you some ideas, but I refuse to like search for your dates and stuff. Blah. So I took the action. I did all the things that the book said to do, including posting somewhere, and I just wrote like, I literally have the post somewhere. I just posted in a Facebook group, is anyone, like, I keep finding cheap flights. Is anyone interested in like cheap flights? And I wrote that in like one of those nomad groups, and I got like over 100 people being like, yeah, we love cheap flights, I want to know more, tell me more. And I'm like, whoa. So what I did was just go through, get everyone's email address, get them to fill out to join my email list, and I just sent out a thing with a link to say, hey, will you pay me $9 and I'll just send you some like flight information? Like I'll send you some cheap flights. I had no idea what I was offering, by the way. Like the idea that you have to go through and like plan everything out, it's crap, because then you can't pivot. You can't like be flexible. You can't think of different stuff. Like my product changed probably 8 times from that day when I first sent out the link to what it is now, but it's now a lot more expensive than it was then. And the people who joined then had like lifetime access because they jumped on board early. So no one really minds that it's a bit different than what I said. Anyways, so long story short, I put that out there. I have reiterated it and iterated it again many times since then, and now it's like an online course and people can buy it. They still get a lifetime membership. I have like multiple products inside of that course now that I don't sell separately. They're just included as part of the package. And it really didn't take me, I did launch it in less than 7 days. I did make money in less than 7 days, and I was able to pay my rent. I think I made like $450 that first month, which was enough to pay my rent and like get some more food. Like, huh? Pretty good. So the thing that's holding you back, if it's the fear of getting started because you're not sure if the thing that you are thinking is the right thing, the advice that I have for you is to take actions, do it. And honestly, it's not my only gig right now. Like other things will open up, because once you take action, your momentum builds, and then you can, you'll get a whole bunch of other opportunities because you're like taking action and you're inviting more opportunities to come into your life. So what happened since then is just a big snowball effect of awesome stuff. Like I started a new project, I did a virtual summit, I managed to meet like a few really awesome people. I got to interview my favorite author, James Altucher, and since then other opportunities have come where I'm now working in e-commerce with a friend who I met through that summit. Well, the summit itself wasn't very successful, but I was able to make so many connections through that. Lots of opportunities open up when you take action, but if you are like stuck and you're not moving, then you're not going to get any opportunities because you're not moving anywhere where opportunities are going. So that's my advice, is if you don't know how to get started, just get started on something, and eventually I promise that will open itself up to new opportunities for you, and you won't be, if your fear is getting stuck in that thing because it might be the wrong thing, don't worry about that. Just get started on something now. I'm Beck Power. See you in the next video.